Hello everyone, good evening.
Hello,
Hello, good evening.
guys.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Oh yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah, is it visible, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Richita Reddy. I am product manager and a full stack developer for this project.
Hi guys, I am Mahidhar Reddy. I am a machine learning engineer.
Hello, guys. This is Afrida Mehnas. I'm a machine learning engineer in this project.
Hello, this is Nadeem Hussain Sheikh. I'm a front-end engineer for this project.
Hi, this is Srinivas Adichi. I'm a front-end developer for this project.
Hi, this is Sharon Jagni. I'm backend developer and the tester.
Okay, so we are here for Sprint 2 presentation. So yeah, so this so basically our project name is InvestIQ by Team 2. Team name is TechnoStack. So we are going to discuss about the team members and their responsibilities, then improvements. Then we have to discuss about project description. Then we have a team agreement for which we have all agreed. Then we have personas. Then we have MVP. Then technologies on which we have worked. Then we also have algorithms. After that, we have diagrams. Then product backlog. Then sprint to backlog. Then we have metrics. Metrics is basically the maths about committed and commitments. Then we have retrospective, then sprint 3 planning, then we have project demo uh, until which we have done in the sprint 2. Then we have GitHub link. Then we have the live application. So let's go one by one. This is introduction of our teammates. Myself, Richita Reddy, I'm the product manager and a full stack developer. Then we have Mahidhar Reddy, he's a machine learning engineer. Then we have Afrida, she's a machine learning engineer. Then we have Sharon, he's backend developer and tester. Then we have Nadeem, he's a front end developer. Then we have Srinidhi, he's also front end developer. So the problem statement. Basically, nowadays everyone are interested in uh, stocks. So our uh, basically everyone's problem is that they don't know where to invest, and if they know where to invest, they don't have the proper guidance. So basically our application helps everyone with the latest market values, with the latest data, and gives the real time with the real time data it helps everyone where we can invest in the stocks and where we cannot invest in the stocks. So basically our application gives the confidence for stock investments. So this is the project description. It's InvestIQ. The team name, it's TechnoStack. Then the project description, as we have discussed, for people who want to invest, this is a platform where we follow the market trends and give the analysis to the people. So this application is InvestIQ application. This basically runs on AI. Then we have benefit outcomes. So we give AI-driven insights and alerts for better decision making. Then we also provide personalized recommendations for everyone where they can invest and where they cannot invest. Then we provide real-time market analysis for investments. Also, we reduce the research time for everyone. In a single platform, they can get everything they want. And this one is the GitHub link. Then we have the team agreement where we all agreed about the communications and meetings, project management. Then we have the documentation. Then everyone is committed to their roles and responsibilities. Then we have collaboration, and everyone has agreed to follow the team agreement. Then Mahidhar, please continue.
Yeah, persona. So Aro Sharma, he is 28 years old, software engineer. His investment experience is intermediate. His goals are simplify his investment decision making process by utilizing clear, actionable insights from real time news. So RO values technology and driven insights. He seeks a tool that aggregates real time news, enabling him to quickly grasp market shifts without the distraction. So he finds he struggles with filtering relevant financial information from the overwhelming amount of market data, and finds it time consuming to track news manually and uh, to match the market trends. So next, so here we got Thomas Shelby. He is at 40 years old, corporate manager. He is beginner to intermediate in he got a beginner to intermediate investment experience. His goals are to achieve steady portfolio growth by staying informed about key market developments through timely news updates. So pain points. So, he finds traditional investment platforms cluttered with irrelevant data and lacking a focused approach to current financial news. His challenges are has limited time to stay updated on financial news and market changes, prefers risk averse investments, but struggles with identifying safe and promising opportunities. Next, next slide. So here we got Sanjana Reddy. She is 35 years old, financial analyst. So she got good experience. She's advanced level. Her goals are to optimize her investment strategy with comprehensive market analysis based on the latest financial news. She is frustrated with generic investment tools that do not integrate timely news, leaving her without the insights she needs. Description. So Sanjana is an analytical and detail oriented, searching for a sophisticated platform emphasizing real time news analysis. And also she struggles with quickly accessing the sentiment of large volumes of financial news. So it requires advanced analysis, but finds many tools lack deep driven in AI driven insights. Next, MVP. So here we got user registration and profile setup to capture financial goals, risk tolerance, and preferences, and historical uh, market trend analysis using delayed or historical stock data from free APIs like Yahoo Finance, etc. We provide which often provide historical data for free. Personalized investment recommendations based on historical trends, user goals, and risk tolerance using a simple rule based algorithm instead of real time data. Dashboard to view recommendations, historical trends, and market news. From here, Afrida will continue.
Yep. Hello, guys. So I would be explaining the technologies that we have used in our project. So for our backend development, we have used Flask and Node.js. So Flask is a lightweight Python framework that is great for building RESTful APIs. And also it integrates seamlessly with machine learning models and simplifies backend logic. Coming to Node.js, it offers a non-blocking event-driven architecture, which is perfect for handling real-time operations and concurrent tasks. So coming to the front end, on the front end side, we rely on Next.js and TypeScript. So Next.js provides server-side rendering and static side generation, ensuring fast, SEO-friendly pages and grateful user experience. And TypeScript enhances code quality by introducing static type checking, which helps prevent runtime errors and improves maintainability. Coming to the database, we have used PostgreSQL, and PostgreSQL is a powerful open source relational database known for its reliability. Also, its scalability and support for complex queries. It ensures secure and efficient data storage. Coming to next slide. Coming to APIs. To fetch real-time financial data, we use APIs such as Financial News API and Polygon API. So these APIs supply up-to-date financial news and market data, allowing us to deliver timely insights without relying on any raw stock data. So coming to machine learning, we used PyTorch, and it is flexible framework with a dynamic computation graph, making it ideal for developing and training deep learning models. It plays a crucial role in sentimental analysis and trend fetching for forecasting and all that stuff. So yeah, coming to the hosting and deployment, we have used Vercel and DigitalOcean, where Vercel is excellent for quickly deploying front-end applications with high performance and scalability. And DigitalOcean provides reliable and scalable hosting for backend services and full application deployments. So, yep. To streamline development, we use a variety of tools. So here, Visual Studio Code for coding with powerful extensions and debugging capabilities. And also this Postman for API testing and ensuring endpoints function correctly. And also we have used Git for version control, enhancing collaboration and code management. Also, you guys know Docker for containerization, ensuring consistency across different environments. We also use Slack for team communication and project management. Next slide. Yep. Coming to algorithms NLP, our natural language processing module utilizes cutting-edge AI to extract meaningful insight from financial news. Uh, so our NLP is powered by PHI model, which is designed to analyze real-time financial news. And also it attracts sentimental and identifies key topics from the latest updates, enabling the application to interpret the market sentiment accurately. So by processing large volume of textual data, this PHI model provides the actionable insights that informs users about the market trends and emerging financial narratives. So this helps us to transform raw new data into clear, meaningful investment and opportunities guidance. So coming to the next slide. Time series. Time series algorithms. So our time series analysis model help us to make sense of historical stock and market data and trends. So this model applies deep learning techniques such as LSTM, which is long short-term memory, and temporal fusion transformers to detect underlying trends and seasonal patterns in stock market data. So here it provides essential context that enhances the real-time insights derived from the NLP module, which ensures the strong understanding of market dynamics. So this synergy between NLP and the time series enables enable investors to make data-driven decisions based on the both real sentimental and historical market performance. From here, Nadim will be continuing.
Hello, I would like to explain about the architectural diagram. Now, have a look at this architectural diagram. Here, the user interacts with the InvestIQ web application, which displays the results and takes input. And the backend server handles the data processing and interact with the different components of the backend. And it will fetch the historic data from the financial API. The backend services is connected to the financial API. So when the URL hits the backend API, So it will collect the data from the API, financial API, and will send it back to the front end, and it stores and retrieve the structural data in the database here. So it processes the data using the recommendation engine. The backend server will send the data to the recommendation engine, and it will generate the actionable insights for the user based on the user interest and everything. Like the recommendation engine will generate some random recommendations to the user. So next slide, please. And here, let's see the context diagram. In the context diagram, this is the high level diagram, high level design of the context diagram. So here the user accesses the InvestIQ system, which fetches the historical data from the financial API and sends notification via an email services, and manager, like it manages the user authentication throughout, like authentication and authorization services throughout the application. So here let's see about our ER diagram, the entity relationship diagram. So our database is structured around like the key entities and their relationships. Here you can see the key entities and their relationships in the screen. The user entity stores like the login credentials and the profile data. Like here the user stores like the user ID and the email and the password, and user ID is the primary key over here. The profile entity, it contains the risk tolerance and the investment budget, and the financial goals are linked to the user profile. Like here you can see the financial profile linked to the user profile. Here the profile like connect with the user and also the financial goals. And the stock and historic data are used for recommendation generation. And the recommendation entity connects with the stock trends with the personalized user insights. The next diagram. Here you can see the sequence diagram. Here the data is like the sequence diagram, like we are showing the how the data is transferring from one phase to another phase. Like when the user connect uh, try to access the web application, like the request has been sent, like the recommendation request has been sent to the web app from our front end, and from the back end, like it fetches the user profile from the backend services, which says like the user profile is saved in our database. So uh, uh, like the front end URL, like the URL will be hit to the backend server. So it generates like the query for the backend server will generate a query for the database to get the data of the profile data. So the profile data which is coming back to the backend server from the database, like based on the query which the backend server has been generated, and based on the profile, uh, it fetches our backend services is connected to the free finance API. So the historic data, the request for the historic data has been sent back to from the backend services to the free finance API. So the API will give the historic data. After receiving the historic data, our backend server again uh, connected with the recommendation engine, and a request has been sent for the recommendation. So the recommendation required API will send back the recommendations based on the inputs which we have given. Like the backend server will receive the recommendation, and the backend server is sending back our recommendation to the front end. Like the user sees the recommendation. Like this, the flow continues. Uh, Let me tell about the state diagram. Uh, like the state diagram state like how like in the different stages how our app it's the outline of like how our recommendations are generated. Like as I said in the back sequence diagram, same as follows for the recommendation. User request for the recommendation, and request will be sent to the fetching data history API. So based on the fetching data APIs, like response, it will be processed, and it will if there was any error comes, like the API will give the error message and it shows the API failure. If we get the data correctly, and then it will process the data, so we'll generate it and we will display it to the user, the recommendations. So the class diagram, as we talked about, same as a entity relationship map. So we have the classes like the user and the variables like user ID, email, and the password in the first class. So, and we have the methods like create profile and request recommendation, as the user should get the recommendation. So we have the two methods over here, and it was connected with the profile in one to many way. So like here the profile has the profile ID, user ID, and the risk tolerance, which the risk tolerance is the string, and also the investment budget, and also it has a method like add financial goal. So same way, like one to many relationship for the recommendation and the user. So user have one account and like he could have many recommendations. So it has a method like generate method, and the profile is connected to the financial goal for the user. So we have saving the data of the financial goal. So we have taken like the variables like goal ID, goal profile ID, and the goal name and the target amount. Uh, and we also have the stock class, so which has the data like the stock symbol and the company name, so which we have to represent to the front end. So and also it has the fetch historical data method, which like fetches the data, historic data from the API, and also the method which connects like the historic data will be connected to the stock. So it has variables like data ID and the stock symbol like that. Next item, please. Yeah. Now my friend Srinidhi will continue.
Yeah. Hi. So regarding our sprint one, our main focus was getting the foundation right. So we have we've successfully completed our front end interface, basically, including the basic dashboard layout, user registrations, login functionality, etc. And our team has also ensured that the design was clean, aligned with our requirement of the personas, and it was also intuitive. So yeah, we have conducted initial tests and ensured that the UI flow is validated and it's working smooth. Next one. Yeah, coming to product backlogs, we have built a basic product backlog based on the initial requirement, gathering the information which we had in the initial stages, and also based on evolving priorities. So the items are categorized into essential features, for example, user authentication, historical data analysis, sentiment integration, etc. And we've also broken down topics into manageable user stories, and we also assigned story points for them. And we also have acceptance criteria for each product backlog. So, for example, to consider the UI dashboard based on one of the personas of our project, which we have considered as Arav Sharma. So, where he needs to have a basic dashboard layout, which he can understand the structure of the app. So, for that product backlog, we have the acceptance criteria as the dashboard should have different sections for recommendations, trends, news, etc. And the UI is properly responsive every time. There's no lag in that. And profile UI setup, where user want to have his risk tolerance and budget in a separate form. For that, our acceptance criteria has been we have a save button where he includes his form of risk tolerance and input for the budgets, and he also can save that form for his later use. Similarly, we have recommendation placeholders for UI front end framework of based on different requirements from other personas like Thomas Shelby and another front-end developer. Going to the next slide. Yeah, here we talk about further product backlogs regarding authentication and registration and login frameworks. So here we have different features like registration and login based on the same persona which we had for our dashboard before. Arav Sharma, he wants to have a registration done with his email and password so that he can access his profile later. So for that, the acceptance criteria would be a user can directly enter his email and password, and that is being authenticated in the background. And the password is validated to have at least 8 characters. And he directly lands upon the login page successfully after he enters the proper credentials. Similarly, we have other features like save profile data, backend API registration, where a developer needs to integrate a free API like Yahoo Finance to get financial data from the internet, like at real time. For that, the acceptance criteria would be the the data is cached in the database in real time from that particular database or a website to this platform. That is our app. Going to the next slide. We also have data schema setup where a user named Sanjana Reddy, which is one of our personas, which we have considered for our project, who needs to create a database schema for users' profiles and have historical data so that the team can store and retrieve data whenever they want it from the database. So the schemas include tables for different users, profiles, and their stock data. Other similar features from different users are historical trend displays, market displays. That is the real-time financial news of every day and personalized recommendations for each user based on their settings and portfolio. Next slide. Here, the recommendation logic is one of the feature which has an integration with AI. So a developer needs to implement a rule-based recommendation for his own stock portfolio where he gets recommendations based on whatever whatever criteria he has set in his form regarding his risk tolerance and preference. So the algorithm uses historical trends and also real-time data and the user's risk tolerance to tailor his particular recommendations of stocks each and every time he accesses the platform. Next one. This is the sprint to backlog which we have. The features we have our user registration, user login, profile data to be saved, and backend API integration, which has been worked out good so far. Yeah, the next one. And also the database schema setup. Further, the presentation will be continued by Sharon.
Hi guys, myself Sharon. So far we are done with the front-end development and creating the user profile page and everything. And in the backend, we are done with the API integration and the database schema setup. I have done some test cases to the product that some test cases I have done the user registration where I tried register with the valid credentials, but I tried opened a registration form, entered some etc. Like test@example.com and I have entered different password, then register, but it was not successful. That I expected that it go to the login page, but it doesn't go to the login page. And the test case 1 is failed, 4.1, and the test case 4.2. I also tried like putting the invalid format so that I can check whether invalid email doesn't support. But this test case is also failed, and other I have tried password too short, like easy password like 123 and simple passwords, but this test case also failed. Uh, then I have tried doing the user registration, user login, and I have tried invalid login also. Then I have failed because we didn't do the authentication in the background uh, to the login page and the login page site. Next slide, Ruchita. In here, we just have tried same profile like we do have one now right now in the front end development. Uh, Sorry, in the interface, we have only shown the Ruchita Reddy's profile where you can save data, different dates of data. Like one time Ruchita interested in investing in the Tesla, and the data was saved. And then that she was interested in investing in the Apple, the data was saved. And then we tried of saving different datas, and we also tried updating the existing profile, like adding her interests and what. And I have tried everything like this, like different test case, and I opened profile and I did everything. It was success. And then we just integrate in the backend. We just integrated the API, free financial news API, where it helped 30 days of the data of five stocks, which helped do checking. And I also tried checking the where Rich the interested in Tesla and the Apple. I have checked it. That was passed. And next slide, Rich. Uh, I just tried to check if like any integration handling was done or not. I just tried regarding that failure handling. It was success where when Richta tried to off when I tried to off the internet, it showed me the 404 error code. That means it showed me the error. And I have checked for the data catching. Like I have searched same stock at two different times. First, I searched for the Apple stock, and then after 2 minutes, I searched for when I search it for the first time, it take around almost some graph think about 20 seconds. And when I search it second time, it came in almost around 5 seconds, because when first time when I searched for the Apple, it's stored in the cache, and in the second time it easily grabbed from the catching, and it was passed. And we also tried setting up with the database schema, wherein that we inspected a DB schema, check required tables, and everything was good. Next slide. And when the DB schema set up, I also tried creating user read. I also read user, and I also updated the user and the deleted user. And but when I try to search for the user, I'm unable to search because we didn't add the authentication. This the test case which for the crude what test case of the crude on profiles and the table authentication was not success because we didn't authenticate in the backend. Next slide. Uh, so far, the completed task for the sprint 2 are we have tried to save the profile data, like changing the datas, and we are done with the backend API integration and the database schema setup. And the incomplete in the sprint 2 was user registration and user login and authentication. The team velocity was very good. We were like we suppose we are planned for 16 points something for 16 things, but we are not done accordingly. We put some target, but we did not reach the target. But we reached up to 11 points so far, I think. We have done with the three tasks, so it's 11. Here is our team velocity, historical team velocity in the sorry, in the sprint 1. Everything was expected as we done. And whereas in sprint 2, regarding these spring break, everybody was not tried. Not I myself was not very not sorry guys. I myself was not feeling good, so that I just not responded to the calls and the in the Slack. Sorry for that. In the sprint two, we just done with the three parts, and here comes a burn down chart. Uh, in the burn down chart in initial days, everybody was lagging, enjoying the spring break. I think I myself enjoyed spring break and I came back with the sicky thing. Like I just got fever and enjoyed a lot. But later on the last before class, the when we met with the professor, he said he gave review for the sprint one, and in that we just thought, oh, we have to submit the sprint two for the next week, and when we started, and it goes going well. But later on, the Ruchita got fever and she was not feeling well. And later on, we have some festivals like Ugadi, and some of us didn't involve well. But at finally, we have done some part of work, but it's not. It's almost 68%. I think we have done with the 68% of work. In next slide, Ruchita. Here are things that we have committed. Committed was 16, and the completed was only three. The thing is like that API integration and the database schema setup and front end part. And the incomplete work was the user registration and user login and authentication. That's the reason we are at the 68%. Next slide, Rutu. Here is the committed and the completed ratio, where I have explained the thing which we completed and which we not committed, which committed and which we not completed. Next slide, Rich. Here is a retrospective. In the what went well, I think we have good team coordination, and in the backend API integration was very we have done with it, and we have done with the database schema setup, and what we in action in we need to take action regarding the crude authentication, and we have to maintain communication internal. We have to maintain internal communication in between everybody regarding the meet or regarding the any type of code. Regarding code, in me and Nadim got some classes regarding the code, but we just sorted it out. Next slide, Ruchita. From here, I think Mahidar going to continue.
Yeah. So hi guys, sprint tree planning. First, we got a historical trend display. In dashboard, it displays a line chart showing 30-day price trend for each stock. Chart uses historical data from database. Chart includes labels from dates and prices. And next we got market news display. Dashboard includes a session with market news headlines, news fetched from a free API and displayed as a list. Each news item includes title, source, and a link to the article. Next, we got a personalized recommendation. Recommendation replaces the placeholder UI from Sprint 1. So recommendations are based on historical trends and user profile. If no recommendations are available, a message like no recommendation at this time is shown. Recommendation logic. Algorithm uses historical trends and user risk tolerance. Example rule, recommendation stocks with upward trend for low risk users. Logic is tested when sample profits and data. So next slide. Yeah. So next, news API integration. As a developer, needs to integrate a few free news API so that the team can display market news acceptance criteria. Backend fetches news articles related to finance. News data is cached for 24 hours and error handling for API failures. Next, we got user registration. So RO Sharma wants to register with his email and password so that he can access the InvestIQ platform. RO can enter email and password on registration form. System validates email format and ensures password is at least 8 characters. Upon successful registration, RO is redirect to login page. Error messages are shown if email is in use or inputs are invalid. Next, user login. So Arav wants to log in with his email and password so that he can access his dashboard. Acceptance criteria. Arav can enter email password on a login form. System validates credentials and logs Arav if it is correct. RO is redirected to dashboard upon successful login. So error messages are shown if there are any credential errors. Yeah. So next, Rusta will continue.
Yeah, so from here I'm going to continue. So here we have the screenshots of the landing page. This is the landing page of our application. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, this is the landing page of our application. Then this is the continuation of the landing page where we show the application name. Then we have three ways to enter. So as it's displayed here, explore application, then try InvestIQ, and basically we also have here enter applications. So these are the three places where we can enter. Then as soon as we open it, this is the dashboard where we can show the uh, portfolio of a person. Basically, this is mine. And then the next screenshot is also about the portfolio continuation. Then we have the deposit funds. Here we can deposit based on the bank transfer or credit card or how much amount we want to deposit, and we can directly deposit it. Then this is the portfolio where it shows the real-time values of the profile. Then we have the continuation of the portfolio where we have the holdings here. Basically, this is the holdings, I mean the applications where a person has invested. Then we have the stock market. Basically, this is the stock market which is taken from the real time. Uh, Today, the stock was very good. Everything was in profits. So this shows profits here. And we can add here by searching about the stocks, which I show in the live demo, and the market news. This is the market news. This gives the real-time news. Then after that, we have the recommendations. Here in the recommendations, we can see if we open the Google, this is the recommendation of how many people are asking us to buy, how many people actually bought it, how many people kept it on hold, and how many people want to sell it. Then this is the continuation of the recommendations. So basically, this is the API. This API calls the recommendations, which I've shown you previously. Then this is the wiki page link we have. We can directly go into there and we can see what the development we have done. Then we have live demo. I'm going to show you the development of our application. So can you see my application here? Guys, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see. We can
Yeah,
able to see.
thank you so much. So basically what happened is at the last moment, our code got crashed. So we were unable to like open it with the help of link. So I have run it locally, and this is the landing page with the localhost 3000. So as I said in the screenshots, this is where we can enter into the application, and this is the second way where we can enter. Basically, this is about the application, this description, and here we have the portfolio overview. It's just a photograph. Then we have about the application here, and this is where also we can enter the application. So here we have the application name and it's a capstone project done under the guidance of Henry Wong, professor, and it's given the time period. Then as soon as we enter, so this is basically my portfolio. This is the dashboard. Uh, we have to work on the deposit section, so I'm not showing you that. But this is the real time. This is taken from the real time data. And here, this is the watch list. So in this watch list, basically everything is positive because today's stock is positive. So this is taken from the real time. We have run a real time application API, and we have fetched this data. We added this is a portfolio which is similar to the last time, which we have said, where we have the how much we have invested, how much we got returns, and all. So here, these are the holdings, which means I have invested in these applications, and this is like average cost, then how much returns I got, something like that. Then this is the allocation. Basically, I've invested 81% of the application of the money on technologies and 2% on energy, 4% on healthcare, thing like that. This shows basically in what kind of technologies we have invested. Then my portfolio, it says it's medium, and we can see the performance also here. So this is my portfolio, and this is about the stocks and all. So here, let me show you by adding like it takes some time for display, but I have added this. Let me show you this. We can edit here. I have deleted this Netflix, and then it's done. Now I wanted to add Netflix here, and we can search. So we got here. It's loading. Oops. So it takes some time, basically. So this is what has happened. Yeah. So basically, it gets added here in the stocks, which is throwing an error, anyways. So here is the recommendation, and this one is also fetched from the real-time data. So this is the application, guys. I think it's very good until where we have done. So yeah. Then yeah, thank you everyone for participating.
Thank you, Rishita.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.